I'm Rachel Jones and this is Kalkine Media's latest business update. Let's take a look at 12 things you need to know about the Australian economy's December quarter 2021. Well, importantly, Australia's economy grew during this quarter, with gross domestic product increasing 3.4% in the December quarter compared to the September quarter 2021. At the end of 2021, the Australian economy was 3.4% bigger than it was before the start of the pandemic in the December quarter 2019. Growth was strongest in states most affected by the Delta wave restrictions. So as restrictions eased, New South Wales, Victoria and the Australian Capital Territory saw the strongest growth in demand in the December quarter. When restrictions lifted, we shopped and went out. Household spending increased 6.3%, with the largest increases in non-essential spending at 14.2%, the largest increase on record. In contrast, essential spending such as housing and food rose a moderate 1.9%. Households are now wealthier than before the pandemic. Households continue to save a higher than usual share of their disposable income at 13.6%, still above pre-pandemic saving rates, although down from 19.8% in the September quarter 2021. Now, personal services grew as people went out and got their hair cut. Compared to the September quarter 2021, production surged in industries most affected by restrictions. And that was the air transport industry grew the fastest at 56.5%, followed by accommodation and food services at 26.1%. Personal and other services, including hairdressing and beauty salons, grew by 15.4%, the fastest quarterly growth ever for that industry. Now, house building slowed slightly while businesses are ready to invest in 2022. Investment in dwellings, including construction and alterations, fell by 2.2%, but it was still 5.3% above the same time last year. Private business investment was weak following strong growth in the earlier part of 2021. But businesses plan to increase their investment significantly, with their expected capital expenditure for 2022 to 2023 growing by 10.8%. International trade slowed during the quarter, with exports of coal falling as poor weather hampered extraction. In contrast, cereal exports rose sharply thanks to favourable growing conditions. Overall, total exports fell more than 1.5%, then imports at 0.9%. Australian governments continue to support the economy. Government income support to households was $6.9 billion above pre-pandemic levels, but down $4.8 billion compared to September, while government subsidies were $8.8 billion higher than pre-pandemic levels. The Australian labour market remained resilient. In December 2021, the unemployment rate was 4.2%, the lowest since August 2008. The unemployment rate was lowest in Western Australia, South Australia and Tasmania. More than 13 million people were employed across the country. Recovery in wage growth slowed. The wage price index grew 0.7% during the December quarter and was 2.3% higher than at the same time last year. Wage growth during the quarter ranged from 0.3% for education staff to 1.2% for retail workers. Domestic price pressures continue to build. Consumer prices rose 1.3% during the December quarter and were 3.5% higher than the same time last year. The largest price increases were during the quarter for new dwellings and petrol. Now, Omicron impacts on the Australian economy will mainly be seen in 2022. There was little economic impact from Omicron in the December quarter, with the additional restrictions affecting a few weeks of the last 3 months of 2021. So there's the latest on the Australian economy from the December quarter 2021. Stay tuned to Kalkine for all the latest business and finance news. I'm Rachel, signing off for now.